Here are 6 killers I would balance, buff, or nerf given the opportunity. But first let me say what is good in my gang, what is good fam. In this video, I will buff 2 killers, balance 2 killers, and nerf 2 killers in some random or very creative ways. But disclaimer, I am not a game balancer, so if you think a buff is too strong or weak, or you think a nerf is overkill or non-existent, think before you complain about it in the comment section. I'm not a voice of power at behavior headquarters. However, feel free to comment your own opinions of what I say, or let me know some changes you would make to some killers, and I might put them in a video and give you credit to your ideas. This video idea also came from Alan, my main man, and one of the few viewers I get on stream, so why not follow the Twitch? I try to go live every single day, but it's more like every other day, and get it to 100 followers, 800 subs question mark. First killer I would balance is IK. Hell Priest is in a strong spot in everyone's tier list for a reason. His information with his chain and anti-loop with his chain, and the risk and reward is counterable by survivors. Somewhat, it is a healthy design in my opinion, other than the fact that people don't like getting slowed by chains when in chase. But he's still a fair killer to go against. But the part everybody hates is the box, because in solo queue, you can be the only person on a gen, and somehow no one in your match goes to get the fucking box. Giving Hell Priest crazy anti-loop in chase and interrupt every survivor in the match passively, this is only really a problem in solo queue. And here is where I'll make the change. Whenever the chain hunt is halfway charged, the closest survivor to the box will have their aura shown in blue to all other survivors in the match. And if a survivor is in chase, the survivor that is closest to the box will see the aura of the survivor that is in chase. This will ensure that survivors are aware of which survivor should go for the box, and the one going for box will know how to avoid the killer most efficiently. This will make playing against Pinhead much more manageable for solo queue while not making survival with friends too powerful against him. The first killer I would buff is "What are you doing, Sadak, bro?" It was funny in my head, but then I fucking said it. We all know Onryo needs a buff anyway, so here's a really creative one I came up with originally. She should be able to phase through pallets while demanifested. She is literally a fucking ghost. She should just pass through shit. And after she walks through a pallet, she can body block it for a second, giving her time to manifest and get a hit on a survivor. But, I have to say this before people complain about it, she can't manifest while walking through the pallet and do it simultaneously. This means if she walks through a pallet, she can body block and manifest for a hit, but she can't walk through while manifesting and get a free hit. That would be way too strong. This means if she walks through the pallet, she can body block and manifest for a hit, or if the survivor knows, they can try to make a nearby window if they're in the jungle gym. Or fakes it, you can then vault the pallet again and it is not body blocked. Adding a whole new fun mind game to try to outplay a Sadako player while in chase and making her a little bit stronger. I really love this idea when I came up with it, so please let me know how you feel about this one in the comments. And why not, fuck it, let her vault windows super fast while demanifested too, making windows slightly weaker against her and not make her too strong. First killer I would nerf is Blight. This is a quick one. Whenever Blight uses a rush to break a pallet, the rushes immediately start to recharge before the animation can even finish. This at times can make Blight feel cracked when you drop a pallet against him to stay safe, but then he breaks it and he's still immediately rushing after again because he has the smallest cooldown ever. Instead, the cooldown should start after the animation finishes, so the survivor has at least a few seconds of breathing room when looping a Blight, and I think this was a pretty good small nerf. Second killer I would buff is Trapper. What I had in mind is he should have something similar to Freddy when he puts down a bear trap, where he can move and set it down and the entity open, he just throws down the trap on the ground and the entity's claws will come out the ground and open it for him. That would be super fucking cool. Maybe he can move a little slower, because if a survivor gets in a trap in front of you, it's a guaranteed down, unlike Freddy, so that would make sense. Also, I would add a 20-second cooldown to Trapper. By this, I don't mean add a 20-second cooldown to setting a trap. That would be ridiculous. But I mean, to look at a trap that's anywhere in the map and use your secondary active ability button or whatever, and the entity will teleport the trap that you're looking at that's across the map into your hand instantly, and then you'll go on a 20-second cooldown. These buffs would not only make Trapper more mobile with setting his traps down in and out of chase without making him a killer you want to constantly hold W against in every loop, but will also remove some of the RNG that Trapper can suffer from early or late game with his traps. I think a rework like this would instantly make Trapper a B tier, high B tier character in everyone's list without making him OP. Second killer I would balance is Dredge. Dredge is respectfully strong in chase with the Remnant, and he has a strong passive ability that will benefit him in many ways, and has a 70% of the time strong teleport ability if they get good RNG with the lockers. The only thing I would change is the fact that if 2 lockers are next to each other, the survivors can lock only 1 locker, and the Dredge has to go through that locker, which is brain dead, mindless, counterplay counterplay that Dredge suffers from. The balance I would make is either let Dredge choose between the one that is locked and the one that isn't, or make Dredge have to spend their next teleport token to either teleport to a different set of lockers like normal, or let the Dredge quickly shift over to the locker next to him if it isn't locked. This will make the survivors have to lock both lockers to ensure safety, or if the survivors lock only one, the Dredge, if they manage their teleport tokens, they won't get punished for survivors pressing a button. I think this is a 100% fair balance change for Dredge, and it would make Dredge a little stronger, which I think is what Dredge needs in this meta. Second killer I would nerf is Spirit. This is a small change, so I won't spend too long on it, and it is kind of biased. Spirit has a power that is insanely strong with traveling super fast while invisible, while giving survivors a little bit of counterplay, but barely any, with slightly being able to hear what direction she is coming from. The only change I would make to this is Spirit has this thing called passive phasing, which happens sometimes in Chase. This might be biased because it gets me hit almost every time, because at any time when you are looping a Spirit, she will disappear for a few split seconds, and it also takes away her red stain, which gets me mind gamed constantly. Spirit also has an add-on that makes it more frequent, but honestly just take the passive phase out of her base kit and put it into the add-on. I know this is a super specific thing, and I'm probably one of the 2 survivors that consistently die to this, but I need content, sue me. And as an honorable mention, I have Ghostface. This is like a buff, but like a little bit of a rework that isn't really something that he needs. I think he's in a pretty good spot. He can use a little buffing, I guess, with add-ons, maybe a little bit of his base kit, but I think Ghostface is in a pretty good spot. And this is something I'm just brainstorming off the top, so if I say something that doesn't make sense, then I don't know, cry about it, I don't know. Something I think could be really cool for Ghostface is whenever he stalks a survivor and gets them marked that he is in a definite 1v1 with the survivor for the next 60 seconds or until the stalk meter runs out. And this means whenever somebody tries to take a hit for the marked survivor, the survivor that takes it will instantly be downed as if they were marked, and it removes the marked from the survivor that was originally being chased. I feel like this would just be really good, so if Ghostface marks a survivor, it's like boom, you guys are in a 1v1, killer try to get the survivor try to loop the killer, and if somebody tries to take a hit because I don't know, maybe you're chasing somebody dead on hook, or you're just, I don't know, you're chasing the weak link, I don't know, and somebody tries to take a hit, they will get punished for it for messing up the 1v1. And let's just say Ghostface marks 2 survivors at one time. How about we make it to where if he chases one of the survivors that is marked and they fast vault a pallet, it'll instantly break, or they fast vault a window and it's instantly blocked. You can't tell me that wouldn't be low-key pretty fire. I feel like it would be a little strong, but it would keep Ghostface in a chase-oriented kind of power. And that is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It is a different idea than what I usually make. Thank you, Alan, again for coming up with this video idea. He also came up with it on stream, so join the Twitch. Please get me to 100 followers on there. Can we get 10 likes on the video? I never really asked for like goals, but I don't know, it just felt kind of right to say, I guess. If you have any video ideas, put them down in the comments. If you have any ideas for buffs or nerfs you would give certain killers, put them down in the comments, and I will definitely, well, not definitely, but I will try to put them in a video, and it will be cool. And I'll catch you guys later. I'm gonna go watch Game Theory on Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Baby, it started when we were younger.